recovery becomes more complicated than actual operation. So we separately take care of particular patient after operation with the help of alternative medicines. We all are a little bit aware about what exactly is alternative medicines, because anything which is not mainstream, that is allopathy, is called alternative medicines. But earlier, Ayurveda has been taught to everyone at home. A little tips from maybe a grandmother or somebody from somebody uh, who very casually has told us कि खड़े रह के पानी नहीं पीना. It's a very small tip. हमको ऐसे आते जाते बचपन से हमने सुना है कि खड़े रह के पानी नहीं पीना, लेकिन that really matters for Ayurveda. It really scientifically tells ke why we should sit down while having water. So this kind of thing attracted me towards Ayurveda. I will ask Mahendraji to put the slides, so it will give you a fair idea how our talk is going to go. I will today talk about health, immunity, habits, mind and body, how to be happy, responsibilities, and you can be your own doctor. I genuinely want, after this talk, everybody should able to take care of themselves. The basic things where you don't have to run to doctor for it. So our today's talk, as you can see on the slide, the topics which I'm going to cover is health, immunity, habits, mind and body, psychosomatism, how to be happy. I'm sure you all are happy. I saw you all so cheerful just now. And then responsibility. What responsibility we can take care of our health. And you can be your own doctor. So for the next slide, can we go towards health? Meanwhile, as you all are on mute, but if you have any questions, any doubt, you can put it in comment. While discussing this, I will take note of all your questions. And towards the end, we will do maybe a question answer session, or I will answer your questions. So if you have any question during this discussion, you can put it in chat box. Okay? Am I audible to all of you? Hindi and English will do, or you want me to speak in only Hindi or English? Just give me a thumb up for, as I will ask you. Hindi, English? Better, no? Thank you. Thank you. Yes, sir? Yes. So can we go to the slide health? What do we understand when we say health? Normally, absence of disease is what we call health. But we all know sometimes we don't have any kind of illness, but still we don't feel very fresh. So definitely we understand that health is something more than just absence of disease. Let me give you a brief introduction to actual what we feel health is in alternative medicines. To be healthy is to be healthy with mind and body both. To be healthy means to be peaceful with your own body. And there are a lot of things which matters when we say take care of your health. So when we say take care of your health, basically there are many factors, and you must have seen these subjects are very big, but I'm going to do my best to cover all these subjects in next 40 minutes. So quickly we will do touch base on it. If any detail, any doubt if you have, or any questions you have about this any particular subject, you can always put it in the chat box, which I will take care of later on, maybe through email or maybe through our Rotarian president. Some way I'll pass on the answers to you. So what can we do generally to remain healthy? There are boldly 3-4 aspects which I would like to touch today under the topic of health is your physical health and your mental health. So for physical health, everybody knows that little bit of exercise or walk is very much important. But there is particular way we can walk. Every individual, if you notice when you go for a walk in jogging park or any other park or anywhere on the road, you must have noticed everybody walks differently. Everybody's walk is different. But quickly, I want to give you a best solution to get the most of your walk is how to walk. A simple way. When you leave your home, you should be in a very relaxed way. Normally, what happens when we leave home, we are more energetic and more excited. So our space or speed is more. And we start walking fast. But I will advise differently. I suggest that when you leave home, you walk in a very relaxed manner, at least first 5 minutes. That is when your body is warming up, and good pumping of the heart. Uh, you need good space to walk, space to walk, but for that body needs to be warm. So first 5 minutes you walk very slowly, very relaxed way. Let your body warm up. After 5 minutes, you increase your speed by 5 to 10%, not more than that. And another 10 minutes, you walk with little more speed. That way, you gave your body a time to warm up, and then later on, you are using that 10 minutes to do the good pumping to your heart. After 10 minutes, for next 5 minutes, give your best as per the comfort of your body, because everybody's comfort level will be different. But give your best for next 5 minutes, give good pace to your walk for next 5 minutes. So first 5 minutes, just relax and casual walk, very slow and relaxed way. Then 10 minutes, increase your space a bit. And then another 5 minutes, give your best. That is where the cardio will happen for your heart. And then again, next 5 minutes, slow down. And 5 minutes, relaxed walk. So if you every day plan this kind of a walk inside the house also is fine now because of this pandemic situation. Even if you don't go out, inside your house in this manner, you can walk comfortably. While walking, keep your body very relaxed. Many a times we keep our head, neck or shoulder very stiff. So always see to it that your hands are, loosely moving along the side of your body and comfortably you are walking. In between, just take your attention to your neck, that it is comfortable, it is not stiff. So these small tips, really helps us to have good blood circulation, and one can enjoy their walk and get the best of it. After walk, I will come to food. We all from different, what you can say, different kind of foods we take. But we must have heard a lot that someone says that take 6 meals a day. Some people say like only 2 meals are fine. Some are saying 4 meals or 2 hours gap in each meal. I personally feel that your body talks to you, and every individual's need is different. All is good. 6 meals plan is good, 2 meals a day, intermittent fasting, everything is good, but everything is not good for everybody. So basically, first of all, you need to understand what is your body requirement is. We generally, if you pay our attention, we come to know that there's certain time you feel hungry. If you don't have small meals, some people are uncomfortable to have 2 big meals. They like to have small meals. So the choice we can decide as per our body suggests. But I will definitely suggest a few things about what we can have during breakfast, what we can have for lunch, and what is preferable for dinner. So generally, I will suggest in general for everyone, very good for diabetic people, is to have breakfast which has got protein, like protein breakfast. You should have your proteins during your breakfast, or while having breakfast, one should have protein. So throughout the day, you get good energy because you have had your proteins in the morning. So we all are aware generally by now that what comes under the category of protein. So your day should start with protein. Then for lunch, you can have your carbs and fibers. And for dinner, generally I will suggest to avoid carbs or have less carbs during dinner time. That helps a lot to keep your digestive system in a very good way or a healthy way. Sorry, in a healthy way. Uh, in protein, for the breakfast, we have a lot of options in Indian food also. Later on, I will send you one protein dietary plan, or what all comes under the protein label. You all can go through that. For lunch, again, I'm saying that carbs like roti or rice, chapati, uh, dal, sabji, non-veg, whatever. Like during afternoon lunchtime, you can have your carbs, and during dinner time, it's better to go in for like uh, grilled food with soup, yeah, soup and salad, or something light where there is not much of carbs. That helps to keep your sleep well. That will help you to sleep well. Now, this is in general I'm talking. Any question about it, as I said, you can put it in your chat box. After food, now again, between these 3 meals, you can always go in for some fruit or some kind of nuts or some kinds of small snacking. So that way it can become 5 to 6 meals, 3 major meals and 2 to 3 snacks. One can have juice, but as Ayurveda says, it's always better to have fruits before 6 o'clock. Normally, fruits are good with the breakfast also. Now, after food, I will come to water intake. Water intake is another very important aspect one should take care of. Now, there is lot of debate about how much water one should take. Some people say 4 liters, 5 liters. Some say no, 1 liter is enough. But personally, I will say that everyone, in spite of any age, should take minimum 2 liters of water. The water intake should be 2 liters a day. During this pandemic, I will suggest you should have warm or hot water. That will keep your throat and lungs. It will help your lungs and throat. So how will you take this? How will you consume this 2 liters of water? The best thing is first thing in the morning when you wake up, you have at least one glass, which is 200 to 250 ml warm water. Then one glass before your half an hour before your meal. Try to avoid taking water during having your meal. You can have after half an hour breakfast or dinner, and 1 glass of hot water just before going to bed. And in between, you can cover another 700 ml. But this, like first thing in the morning, last thing at night, before your meals, this helps a lot to activate your digestive system. Majorly, our all issues start with digestion issues. If our digestion is good, our health is good. So all these tips right now I'm going to give you only about how to keep our digestion also well along with this. Now, many of you must have heard that presently in this situation, COVID-19, I will suggest that in the morning you can have jeera water, cumin seed water. Cumin seed water helps to reduce uh, bulgum, that is cough in your system. It helps to take it out from your system. So, for present situation, your warm water in the morning can be cumin seed water. Or as our PM had suggested, some kind of a kadha also is fine. But that can be taken after 1 glass of hot plain water as soon as you wake up. After that, we will come to what is a healthy meal. Again, the portion wise, if you ask me, for lunch, we must try to include lot of salads, lot of protein like a dal, or for non-vegetarians, egg or chicken, roti, any kind of roti. Like in Maharashtra, there is bajra ki roti, wheat ka roti, all these things. Any roti is fine. But the portion should be normally 1 to 1.5. That helps to keep our digestion intact. Now, what all we covered? Our walk, water, food. Now we will come to sleep. Sleep becomes a bit of issue for everybody after 50. The amount of sleep we comfortably used to get before start reducing a bit. That is why if we have less carbs at night, it helps to sleep well. If you have hot water just before sleeping, It settles down your system and it helps to sleep well. Another thing I would like to talk about when we say sleep comfort, make relax before sleeping. I will share a small technique about it. How can you make your body comfortable and relax before sleeping? If possible, all or just right now. Do that with the help of. First of all, make your body comfortable. Wear comfortable clothes. Your room temperature should be suitable to your body. Your comfort level should not be too cold or too hot. Your bed also again should be very comfortable. It can be any kind of bed. Some people like to sleep on the floor also. That is also fine as long as your body is comfortable with it. And now I will tell you about a small secret of breath which generally helps to relax our mind and body just before sleeping. So are you all are ready for it? Okay. Now a simple technique before sleeping. Just relax your body, count 1 to 10. Every breath which comes in, every breath which goes out, become aware of it and count 1 to 10 very slowly. And then take a breath in with the count of 4. I will demonstrate along with me. You all can do it. So any doubt about it, you can ask me. Hmm? Just let me explain first, and then we will do it together. With the breath in, it's the count of 4. With the count of 4, we are going to breathe in. Then on the count of 2, we are going to hold our breath. Then with the count of 4, we are going to breathe out. And again, on the count of 2, we will hold our breath. That is lying on the bed, switching off the light, keeping eyes closed. We are going to do this. But right now, you keep your eyes open and do along with me. Are you fine? Okay, let's start. Generally, I ask to keep your eyes closed, but this is the first time. So keep your eyes open and take one normal breath in and breathe out. Take one more normal breath in and breathe out. Now breathe in. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2. Again. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2. So this way, if you just breathe before sleeping for maybe 4, 5, 6 times on this rhythm, slowly it will help you to relax your body. Once the body and mind is relaxed, the sleep issue becomes more easy to handle. Now there's a big connection between our thoughts and breath. Generally, if you notice, with every emotion, our breath pattern changes. If you are angry, you breathe in a different rhythm. If you are happy, again you breathe in a different rhythm. You're sad, many times you forget to breathe. And that all affects our oxygen level in our body. So during this pandemic, everybody is telling that take care of your breath, do pranayam, do something about some kind of breathing exercise. Because eventually we stopped using our full lung capacity. We use maximum 50% of our lung capacity. We all know the more oxygen we give it to our system, more healthy our lung capacity is. So during this time, while sleeping also, if you follow this pattern, this breathing pattern, it definitely will help you to get more oxygen as well as to relax your mind and body both. Another thing is, how many hours sleep is good is the question. Generally, we all feel. Again, I want to tell that it depends on each of you. Everybody's requirement of sleep is different. But averagely, minimum 6 to 7 hours sleep is good. The meditators need only 4 to 5 hours of sleep. But generally, who is not regularly meditating needs 6 to 7 hours of sleep. So to maintain our health of mind and body, we require between 6 to 7 hours of sleep, 2 liters of water, three main meals, 2 or 3 snacks, and physical exercise of minimum 25 minutes. It could go to 45 minutes, depend on again your capacity and how used to you are for this. So under the topic of health, this is all I wanted to talk to you. Now we'll come to the next slide, immunity. Deepakji, can somebody show a slide of immunity?
It is on. It's on.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. So what exactly now we have been talking about immunity, keep your immunity good so COVID-19 will not touch you, and the people who are healthy, what is health and immunity. Let us almost talk about immunity nowadays. So what exactly we mean by immune to what? Immunity means what? So very briefly I will tell you the basic things we can do to keep our immunity intact during this COVID-19 is, first of all, is vitamin C. Yes, intake of vitamin C is very, very important. Now, how we can have increase it? We can have lemonade or lime water or lime juice or limbu sharbat. We can have a lot of lime in our food. We can have vitamin C tablet. There are many other ways we can increase vitamin C in our intake. Then another major vitamin we need is vitamin D. Because of the lockdown, we hardly get chance to go out now. And especially, we are not able to get enough sunlight. If you can go to your terrace or if you have some garden around your house, early morning walk outside in sun is very good. Everyone should at least, when I say about walk, if you can go into open air in a safe way, maybe on your terrace or around your house, garden, uh, and take walk during morning sunlight. But still, I will suggest that after consulting your doctor, definitely, you can take vitamin D tablet course, 16,000, 4 tablets, 1 tablet a week, like this for a month, every 3 months, at least during this COVID situation where we are not able to go out. Again, I will suggest you can always recommend it from, you can always ask your doctors, take permission from them. But this is my suggestion here. In your food, you can increase these vitamins, vitamin B, B12, D, C. Take care of your iron levels. Now, all this I can suggest to you in natural way, that is your food or fruits or juices. But we don't have that much time right now. I can always send you the details, uh, vitamin wise food list. So you can incorporate it in your diet. Another thing is keeping your lung system healthy and active. So one thing is a bit of cardio exercise. Keep your heart pumping, do the breathing exercise, some kind of pranayam you can do. Uh, after the after consulting the right person or getting it learned from some train or what you can say a yoga instructor, you can learn a mild basrika or alom vilom, that is alternative nostril breathing. That is really helping during this COVID-19 situation. Another thing, for your lungs, I will suggest a steam. Plain water steam is very good. At least once or twice a day, we can incorporate in our living a plain water steam. Now, how to take it? It's not only while taking steam, you should inhale from nose, but inhale from your mouth also. So that way it helps to your throat. Normally, when we take steam in parlors or other places, we normally inhale through our nose. But here I will recommend that use your mouth as well as your nose to inhale. So this is about immunity. Then there are so many immunity booster kadhas people are talking about. There are so many drinks you get to see on nowadays on Facebooks and WhatsApp and everywhere. You will see all these kinds of uh, kadha recipes are coming. But I will suggest a very simple technique or a simple boiled water along with ginger. This also is one kind of a kadha. You can have little bit of ginger in, boil it with say like you take 2 cups of water, put ginger in it, boil it for say 5 to 7 minutes, make it almost 1 cup, and you can keep sipping this water. This helps a lot. It's a very simple technique. If you don't know any other kadha, this simple ginger water is very helpful. Now people would like to add lime in this, or who is not diabetic can add honey to this if needed. But simple ginger and water is equally good. So for immunity, the basically B, B12, vitamin C, vitamin D, plus this ginger is high in energy. In Ayurveda we say ginger gives energy. Its a prana level is very high. In ginger, prana level is very high. So when we take first thing in the morning or during morning time, not necessary first thing in the morning, but say by 10 o'clock, if you take 1 glass of ginger water, will help your digestion throughout the day, and you will notice a different energy level. Yes, you can have ginger green tea. It is also good. You can have a ginger green tea. Yes. So now while taking care of immunity, another thing we require is keeping body temperature again on a comfort level. Sometime we nowadays they are saying to avoid air conditioning and all, but you need to keep your body temperature on a comfortable level. So for that you can use fan. Nowadays, if you don't have centrally AC system, window ACs are fine according to me. But the major thing is body temperature should be maintained. Now, another thing for the immunity is take care of your sleep. Don't worry too much about COVID-19. If we take proper precaution, we are safe. Thinking a lot about it can create more problem for us. So the best thing here is to keep taking care instead of worrying about it. While talking about health, immunity, automatically we are coming towards the habit. If we start having 2 liters of water, 3 major meals, 2 snacks, little bit of walk, we are coming to the developing good habits. Because health doesn't come overnight. We are really working over it all the time. Whatever health condition we are right now, it's the result of all the habits we had throughout our life up to now. So if it is good, our habits were good. If it is not so good, that means our habits were not so good. So this is the time when we have lot of time in hand. We should give it for our health. Create habits which will keep you healthy. Creates habits to keep your mind and body both healthy. For mind also, lot of people now have got time to develop their what you can say is hobbies. Maybe earlier we were too busy with our day-to-day life and earning bread and butter and running around. But this is the time you actually can pursue your habits or hobbies. Sorry, pursue your hobbies. Any hobby. One single hobby uh, keeps you really happy. I'm not going to use lot of medico big words, but in a simple language I will say your hobbies can create happy hormones in your body. Whatever it is, some people would like to sing, some people would like to play some guitar or some other instrument, anything. Somebody would like to paint. But have you noticed when we are doing the things we like to do, we are internally happy. And when it comes to health, that internal happiness plays major role. And our habits can make us happy as well as not so happy. So making a system or introducing a system in your day-to-day life as much as possible is very important. As per the present time, you can change, adjust, but create a pattern, a small habits which will take you, which will take your health towards a healthy journey. Everything is good to some extent. Any best thing also is bad when it is excess. Vivekananda ji used to say that anything excess is poison. Best of the best medicine also, if it is excess, it's poison. Same thing. Everything is good if you have it in a moderate way. So during our talk on habits, one more habit normally gives us a bit of trouble is worrying mind or negative mind. Now I know it's very easy to say that, oh, don't worry, everything will be fine. Or don't think negative. People keep saying, we keep reading in the morning messages, which are, to ask, they ask you to be positive. Think positive, don't think negative, don't worry. But is it so easy? It's very easy to say, I perfectly understand. There has to be a way, to keep yourself not to worry or not to think too much negative things. So today I'm not going to give you just advice, but I'm going to show you a small technique by which we can keep our mind very positive. Or at least we are aware when our mind has gone into negative frame. We can bring it back. Nobody on this planet Earth can be 24/7 positive. The thoughts which are not so good or negative keeps coming in the mind for everybody. For everybody it keeps. Now I just want you all to be helping yourself by becoming aware, and the best technique to get rid of anything is to be aware. Many a times after a lot of time we come to know that my mind is going into negativity and I'm last half an hour I'm just thinking negatively, but you have already wasted, or you're already half an hour has gone, which gave lot of toxins to your body, that is more of a carbon dioxide. Because while worrying or while into the pattern of negative thinking, we actually forget to breathe, and that is the time less oxygen goes into our body and it creates more toxins. So the simple technique today I'm going to talk about to keep your mind positive is again with the help of breath. In between every 1 hour, just check your nostrils this way. While breathing out, you will come to know which nostril is more active. Is it right side nostril or left side nostril? Right now also you can check. Just put a finger underneath your nose and breathe out and see which nostril is more active. Now quickly I'll give you why I'm asking you to check, because both nostril has got its own role. One is Chandra Nadi, another is Surya Nadi. That means Surya Nadi is giving hot breath, Chandra Nadi is giving cold breath. But we need here is a Sushubna, which balances both. And we need that balance. We need lukewarm air for our body. All cold things, if you have noticed, it's a bit of gloomish. It is bit saddening. That's why some countries, some places in Canada, if there is 6 7 months, if it is snowing, the depression rates are high there. During in India also, during rainy season, if it doesn't rain on it only, it becomes like cloudy and gloomish. We start feeling our energy levels goes little low. Same is the case with our Chandra Nadi, that is left and right. So our negative mind, when it is active, our Chandra Nadi is very active, if you notice. But that is too technical. I'm just going to show you whatever it is. Chandra Nadi is active, not active, Surya Nadi is active, not active, but you're not feeling very energetic. A simple technique I'm going to show you right now. I just gave you brief information why this technique has been introduced. Now, once you understand the dominant nostril, you need to close opposite nostril, which is not dominant. and start breathing from dominant nostril. Suppose my this side, right side nostril is active. I'm going to just close left side nostril and I'll keep breathing from right side nostril for 5 to 7 breaths at least, like this. I'm just going to breathe loudly so you can hear. You have to breathe very softly and in a normal manner. You don't have to breathe so loudly. I'm going to do so you can hear it from the mic. Now after 5 to 7 breaths, I'm going to close that nostril and I will start breathing from opposite nostril in a same manner. And now I'll take a break of 1 second and become aware of our mind, how you are feeling right now. Is there a little silence in your mind? A bit of silence while doing this? Like this, you can repeat this 3 times. If after one time only, if you feel silent and nice, no need to repeat. But if your mind is too much with the thoughts and it's still going on, you can do it one more time. Again, you can do it one more time. Like this, 3 rounds you can do at a time. And how to be aware that am I feeling low or am I going into negativity is simply in between every now and then. Just become aware of your breath. Just put your hand below your nostril and check it. Whatever work you're doing, whatever you're doing, just check your nostrils. That's all. That brings you to present moment. That brings you to the awareness of the breath. Okay. So this is what I will like to talk about immunity. Now we will go to mind and body. Any question about any topic, again I will say that put it in your chat box. Why this mind and body so important? Diseases are psychosomatic. What does it mean? First it comes in our mind and then it hits our body. छोटा सा एग्जाम्पल है, हम बचपन से बोलते आए हैं मुझे लगता है मुझे कोल्ड हो गई और आई थिंक आई एम गोइंग टू गेट अ हेडेक. How do we say this? Because our mind has somewhere given the instruction or indication that yes, the atmosphere is where you might get cold or headache. Any disease, when we think a lot about it, in a way we are inviting it. Especially in this situation, I will say don't or try avoid thinking too much about corona or COVID-19. Our newses are again and again full day talking about it, which is not conducive. Now it's in our hand how much to read or how much to watch on TV about it. By now it's more than 3 to 5 months and we are very well aware about it. We don't need to see it again and again and again. We know how to take care of what is happening, what is COVID-19, everything we are aware about it. So my personal suggestion is don't indulge too much into COVID-19 or corona all the times. We all need to take care of ourselves. That's the only thing which really matters. We are going to take our health in our hand, not by thinking about it again and again, not being fearful about it. There were so many viruses before, but we always heard from doctor, नहीं नहीं कुछ नहीं viral है. सर्दी जुकाम आ गया तो डॉक्टर कहते थे नहीं 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 वायरल है. सो वायरल है, खाली ये है कि ये वायरल थोड़ा सा स्ट्रांग है, तो इसके लिए हमने प्रिकॉशन लेके चलना है. बट ये है तो वायरल ही, वायरल इन्फेक्शन ही है, ये वायरस ही है. तो इसके बारे में बहुत सोच के अपने आप को अपनी इम्यूनिटी को लो नहीं करना है, अपने आप को डराना नहीं है. हम डर के वजह से वही चीज इनवाइट करते हैं. जैसे हम चलते टाइम अगर बहुत कॉन्शियसली चलने लगे कि यार मैं गिरूंगा या मैं गिरूंगा, तो पॉसिबिलिटी ज्यादा होती है कि हम गिर सकते हैं, क्योंकि सबकॉन्शियसली माइंड वही इंस्ट्रक्शंस दे रहा है बॉडी को कि तू गिर सकता है. तो this giving right instructions to our brain is very very important to take care of our body or its health. Our mind plays a major role to keep our body healthy. I to always says they are not two, mind and body. No, for me, it's mind body. One. Our body affects our mind and our mind affects our body. If we are physically not healthy or if we are physically not so well, our mind also goes into a low mood. But many a time, if we make our mind happy, or if we see somebody during that time, or something very nice happens, and then we start enjoying that accordingly, and there is betterment in your body. There is again health in your body. So mind body plays one role. So keep it in your mind. Keep it with definitely one thing for sure. Your mind knows about your body before body reacts. जैसे अगर आयरन बॉक्स है, इस्त्री जो गर्म है, उसको हाथ नहीं लगाना, ये पहले माइंड बताता है कि दैट इज हॉट, डोंट टच इट. Same thing many a times, if you start becoming aware, it will give you right instruction about your food, कि ये खाना या नहीं खाना. आप एक छोटा सा प्रयोग कल करके देखना कि कोई भी एक चीज या फ्रूट हाथ में लेके अपने आप को पूछना कि इज दिस हेल्दी फॉर मी, इज दिस कंडीसिव फॉर मी, एंड ट्रस्ट मी, you definitely will get some answer. At that time, many a times we ignore it and we say, ऐसे ही वहम है, या ऐसे कुछ भी माइंड ने सुना रहेगा, वो इंडिकेशन दे रहा है. नो, your first instinct looking at that fruit or that anything what you're eating is actually telling you that how your body is going to receive it. इसलिए पहले के जमाने में एक तरीका होता था खाना खाने का, एक रिचुअल होता था, उसके बाद ही हम पहला मौजल मुंह में डालते थे, क्योंकि वो अपने बॉडी को प्रिपेयर करता था कि जो खाना अंदर जा रहा है उसको अच्छे से हजम करने के लिए एटमॉस्फेयर रेडी हो रहा है. इसीलिए आते जाते मंचिंग इज नॉट गुड, क्योंकि हमारी बॉडी तभी रेडी नहीं होती टू टेक दैट. How much time is left? And would you like to extend time, or should I make it short and sweet next topics? Please put it in the comment so I can cover next topics a bit briefly. So mind and body is one. So always remember, help your body with the help of your mind and help your mind with the help of your body.
Dr. Sujit, I think we are running short of time, so could you please wrap it up?
Yeah, how much time is left?
Actually, we are past the time that we normally finish.
Okay, okay. No problem. I'll quickly one line finish it, okay? Thank you so much. Now, how to be happy? We have already done it. Okay, if we follow all these things, with the help of breath, we can keep our thoughts happy. Another thing, taking responsibilities, whatever I've spoken of today, you will have to implement it. Otherwise, it's of no use. If you start implementing at least one thing out of it, definitely it will help you to keep your mind body happy. That is your responsibility. And when you take responsibility of your health, you automatically become your own doctor. Once you start communicating with your body, you start taking responsibility for yourself, you become doctor for yourself. And my whole idea here today was to make you all a doctor to take care of yourself. I'm so grateful to your club, Pune, Rotary Club of Pune, to give me this opportunity to share my wisdom with all of you. Thank you for each and every participant. I'm so grateful to all of you. Thank you very much. Any doubt, anything, you can personally contact me anytime. Thank you so much.
Dr. Sucheta ji, it was wonderful and simple and beneficial to all of us. Highly appreciated for your nice talk.
Thank you
Now,
so much.
yes. Now I call upon our Rotary and Mridula Deshpande to propose a vote of thanks. Over to you, Mridula.
Yes.
Short and sweet.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, go ahead, please.
President Deepak, our guest speaker, Dr. Sucheta, Rotarians, Rotarians and spouses. We are really fortunate to have internationally renowned Dr. Sucheta amongst us. She is such a highly educated and multi-talented personality, and I'm sure we all have benefited after listening to her talk and will utilize her advice to make our lives healthy and beautiful, especially during this pandemic. On behalf of Rotary Club, members of Rotary Club of Pune, I thank you, Madam, for sparing time from your busy schedule and give us an informative talk. Thank you.
Thank you, Mridula. I declare this meeting is closed. Good night. Stay safe, stay happy. Bye.
For everybody's information, I would like to mention here the phone number of Dr. Sucheta is wrongly printed in the book, in the bulletin of ours. You can note down the number. It is 860-580-3072.
Also, you share her email ID also, NP.
Yeah, I'll share that. I'll share on the book.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Guru, give